Please don't push me, but y'all push B. Now we got dwellers from Cali to Flatbush B. Now they got heat on their feet that say press B. And now we so deep in the street, y'all can't stress me. Can't curse me, then bless me. I'm crucifying my flesh, that's less me. SAT from preaching, can't test me. Atheists are now believing, that bless me. Yeah, we got the basement replacing any of those worldly pursuits that y'all chasing, any of those trials and tests that y'all facing, any of the relationships that y'all changing. We rearranging, making the shame shift, giving Satan back what's his. That's the blame shift. Rise up and walk commands. That's the lame shift. Cheat codes for living this life. That's the game shift. All on Yeshua, man. The rest is manure, man. I'm dying daily, so I rise up a purer man. Press B daily, so my sins looking fewer, man. Washing the blood, so my sins down the sewer, man. Yeah, so press B with me, and let's let whatever gon' be just be. Yeah, so press B with me, and let's let whatever gon' be just be. Welcome to the basement, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Tim Ross. Shout out to all of my dwellers, literally all over the world, people all over the world. I love you guys so much, and I'm so grateful that we get to spend this time together. I want to shout out to everybody that has literally pressed B and downloaded that B-Side app. I love you guys. Thank you for allowing this to become not only a safe space, but a safe place where people can be fully seen, fully heard, fully known, fully loved, even if they're not fully agreed with, because 4 out of 5 ain't bad. Thank you to all of my B-siders, wherever you are. Thank you for helping us normalize vulnerability for every person on earth. That's our assignment. That's our job. That's what we're here to do, and that's what we're doing. T. Nicole 84 with the best gift. Just, I don't know if that's Julie Andrews, but just stepping through with that gift is that was really good. And to everybody that's in the live stream, I love you guys so much. Thank you for checking in. What flag is that? Maureen, what flag is that? The colors, I don't think that's Italy. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maureen, let me know where you're from. Let's get it in, though. Let's get it in. Nigeria, let's go. English with Kingsley. Buenos dias. Buenos dias a todos mis hispanohablantes. Te amo mucho. Estoy todavía. Entiendo español para amor y entender y sí, entender y that's it right now. My brain just quit. It legit just quit. I love you guys so much. So grateful that we get to be here with y'all and just vibe, man. Brumsies, what happened to El Sotano? Need to put my Spanish fam on. We still have a pretty decent library in El Sotano on the YouTube channel. But we stopped producing new video episodes because we just needed to pivot our energy in another way. Obviously, I'm learning Spanish, and so my burden for the Spanish-speaking world, Latin America, Spain, et al., it's still there. I just need to, we just needed to redirect our focus for a little bit. But I haven't forgotten. Y'all know for a fact I have not forgotten. Listen, I was in Atlanta this weekend, right? Minding my own business. Just pulled up, flew in, got to hang out, chill. And we had a basement live. Shout out to everybody that came to that basement live. That basement live was absolutely amazing. My brother Jeremy Anderson was in the building. Carl Lentz was in the building. We just had the opportunity to just normalize vulnerability. When we get to do it in the same space, that's when it takes root. That's when people go home. That's when people implement it. That's when people start to become safe people. And when you become safe people make safe places, and safe places make safe neighborhoods and safe families and then safe communities. So because it's safe people that make safe places, we practice safety. And when we're practicing that safety, then we get that opportunity to like help people, like bring that to the world. So man, over 300 people were at that we're at that live at the Riverside Epicenter. And man, it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. The conversations were beautiful, but then the Q&A was beautiful. At the end, men gave their word to normalize vulnerability in their lives. And then women gave their word to normalize vulnerability in their lives. And like, that's how we left it. Like, listen, man, I love the altar calls that, hey, come to Jesus. That's dope. But how many people do we know that have come to Jesus and have not come out of their trauma? We got them out of sin, but we didn't get them out of trauma. And so, like, I'm trying to get people to Jesus and I'm trying to get people out of trauma. And those are two different things. The reason why there's so many painful experiences that happen in church is because we got people that gave their life to Jesus, but they didn't give their life to vulnerability. And because they didn't give their life to vulnerability, they hurt a lot of people as a result. We see a lot of pastors falling for the same reason. So we got to just do the thing like we do the thing, and we did the thing, and it was dope. As I said, my brother Jeremy Anderson was in the building. I was in his hood in ATL, and then we just decided to run it back. We literally, it was like, hey, bro, I came to Atlanta. Why don't you just come to Texas real quick, and we can just keep the vibe going.
Listen, bro. I'm texting my team right now, like, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready.
Yo, Jeremy Anderson is in the building, ladies and
y'all?
gentlemen. Let's
What's up,
go.
Y'all? What's up, y'all? Listen.
Yeah, buddy.
First off, bro, shout out to all the B-siders. Y'all are some Holy Ghost, Spirit-filled. Y'all so down for the cause.
It's true.
Bro, you just threw it out there like, I'm going to be in Atlanta in a couple of days.
Yeah.
And to see that place get packed out like that, while there was 18 other epic,
Spelman B-side, Homecoming?
Bruh, Spelman. It was so many conferences and concerts and
Jelly Roll.
Bruh. It was so much.
Six
Flags, bruh.
Like everything was going on.
Major
Acts 242.
Yes.
Acts 242.
Yes.
Shout out to Jackie. Shout out to Megan Ashley.
Yes.
Shout out to Preston Perry. Shout out to Eric Mason. I'm gonna get everybody. Shout out to Philip.
Man.
Pastor Philip. And then Anita Lyons or Sarita Lyons. I think it's Dr. Sarita.
Bro.
Sarita Lyons. Yo,
yep.
I landed in ATL.
Straight up.
I went straight to Woodstock. I've never heard of Woodstock in my life. I went straight to Woodstock. There was 7,000 people there. My heart was full. I was like, oh, people really want to be discipled. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right in this world. And then I bounced,
Then Chandler was there.
Chandler Moore was there?
Bruh, yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Because they got a concert too.
What?
Yeah, bro. It was bonkers. It was like, literally, it was like 18 major things happening in the city. Typically, it's like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So for us to, when you walk in and see the room feel like that, and I was like, man, he just kind of lightly put it out here.
Yeah.
Man, you building something special, but it goes to show that people are open.
For sure.
And they want the vulnerability. They want the transparency. They want to be free.
Yeah.
And they want to have a safe space. This is on a Saturday night.
Yep, absolutely.
They could have been like on a Tuesday or Wednesday Bible study night, like Saturday night when they could be doing anything else, date night, concerts.
That's right. It's so
nope,
true, bro.
We about to come here.
Right.
To get fed,
yeah, that's
get
right.
poured into.
Absolutely.
And so it's like the least we could do is just be open and vulnerable.
Hey, man. Hey, and then and then but the way what I loved about it is like how quickly John Bevere, John Bevere, he was going up when I had to leave. Y'all know I love John Bevere, All of God. He's just, and Lisa, both of them are just those. That's my family. Anybody mess with the Beveres are gonna get something from me that is severe. Right. Bars. Had to get him. Had to get him with that. Had to get him with that. So we normalizing vulnerability is what we do.
Right.
And the other thing that we help people do is be empowered so that they can be the best version of themselves.
Absolutely.
To tell their stories, to grow in the giftings God gave them, specifically around speaking. Now, you and I linked up to do this last year. But the fact that we get to do it on this live,
right?
I'm like super excited about it. So let me set this up, then you take off, and then we can.
But before you set it up, can I share with them the track record we've had?
Okay, please.
So let me just give the back. Let me just, because there are some things. So Tim and I have accomplished some pretty cool things. God has been good.
Very good to us. Very kind.
But we don't really know what we doing for real. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect
sense. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like, because somebody people like, Jeremy, you were so brilliant. I'm like, that's actually the Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, Tim and I connected. Shout out to Tyshawn. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
Tyshawn and Ryan.
And Ryan.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they connected.
Hardly initiated. That's right. Those are our people. That's my family. Those are my brothers.
And I'm loving to see their growth. Right. But they connected us both. And, so we sat there. And after like 30 minutes, I was just like, I've known him for 30 minutes, but I feel like I've known this nigga for 30 years. Like, it was crazy, right? So we just connected and built there. And the next thing
God put us together, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I got to give him all the credit.
For sure.
I give him credit for things he probably didn't do because there's a whole bunch of stuff he did that I didn't realize. Right, so I just lean on the side of God.
Absolutely. You paying it forward.
Bro. And so we connect there. Then what happened next, bro? I feel like after that, I was like, you got to come through. I
came
and did the pod.
That's
here.
right. Absolutely correct.
And then after that, you came and spoke at one of our masterminds.
That's right.
And tore the stage up, right? So for those of y'all that don't know, like I've been a public speaker for 14, 15 years, preaching the gospel, working with companies, organizations, institutions. And so I got a whole program, like we teach and coach and mentor people. And so me and ET have joined forces. And so now we like, shoot, we going to add Tim. So Tim comes to our mastermind.
Yep.
He speaks and tears it up. Our people love Tim. Then you end up speaking at our conference. We had Jew, we had Dr. Anita Phillips.
It was absolutely. It was fire.
It was just fire. And then we did a 3-day training last year or earlier this year, training speakers on how to use them. And so now we running it back. So, and then I was able to host your event.
That's right. That's exactly right.
I knew it was something else.
That's what it was. 11/3 of last year.
11/3
November 3rd of last year. We're coming up on we're coming up on a year anniversary of when we launched B-Side. That's exactly right.
So some of y'all might have seen me there. And then we just did. So we've done like, bro, so many things together. And it's great because you could do it with people you love and you do kingdom work.
Yeah, for sure.
And you build up others at the same time.
Yep.
Bro, that's exactly what took place yesterday, 2 days ago in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, bro, to see Carl.
Yep.
With his pain, his suffering, the mistakes.
Yeah.
But now the platform that God has given him and him being so selfless to say, okay, I'm just going to bear it all.
Yep.
But like people don't realize like what they have inside him. So I'm looking forward to kind of curating this conversation.
Yeah.
Because I believe you got a lot of dwellers.
Yep.
You got a lot of basement dwellers, a lot of B-side folks that's tapped in and they got something inside them. It's something that they overcame and now they got to just figure out, we're going to show them.
Yeah, for sure.
Like how to package that.
Yeah.
I got so much to share, bro. But
I
don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but we got such a long history, bro, and I'm glad to be back.
No, bro, I'm
Let's
glad.
get it,
I'm glad you're back.
Let's go.
So we did this last year, where we collabed to expose our communities to the opportunity to take their story to another level.
Yep.
And this is specifically for people. I want to say this up front. This is specifically for people that have a burden to speak. Let me tell you something that's like really, really important. I was a pastor for 7 years. And the worst thing a visitor to a church could ever do is come to a weekend service, hear one sermon the pastor is telling a congregation, and walk out of the building and think that's all that pastor talks about.
Yeah. And that happens.
You visited one
all
weekend.
the time. Right.
You visited one weekend, or you saw one post,
Right.
or you saw several posts, but you didn't realize it was a series.
Right.
And so now you think they all about money. Or you think, oh, they preach too much about hell. They're too judgmental. They're too self-righteous.
Right.
Or, oh, they talk too much about grace. And what is being missed is that this congregation and this leader are having a conversation over the course of a year.
Right. You just caught one little.
And you caught a snippet and you think that's all they're about. So I'm saying that because there may be somebody that is a first timer to our platform, or they only been rocking with us for a very short time, and they'll hear the nature of this conversation and be like, oh, the only thing they're trying to do is get money, or the only thing they about is trying to help people speak. Well, if you don't listen all the time, then yeah, it would be easy for you to think that.
That's good.
We're taking this time specifically on this live to talk to people who have a burden to speak. Because Jeremy speaks for a living, because I speak for a living, I know what it is to have a burden and a story and not know how to put it together and need some help. Even if communication comes naturally to you, you may not know the business side of doing it. Right. And so we wanted to talk about that today and give people an opportunity who feel that desire to be a part of something. If that's not you, it's not you. If this is not your episode, it's not your episode. In the same way, every sermon every weekend probably ain't for you. Yeah. If we do a series on tithing at when I was a pastor at the church, and we already got faithful tithers, I'm clearly not talking to them. Do they need to be reminded? Yeah, a reminder would be good. But they're not over there like, oh my God, this is so revolutionary to my mind. I didn't even know about tithing. Right. But for somebody that's never tithed before, now they're about to be unlocked, because now generosity is about to become a part of their everyday life. Come on. And so I see this episode as us helping to unlock people.
That part. And I think putting them in a position, I think what we're going to do, Tim, we're going to connect the dots, because they've been hearing scriptures all their lives, but their lives don't reflect it. So they've been hearing a lender and not a borrower.
Yep.
But they still feel like a borrower.
Yeah.
They've been hearing the head and not the tail. They've been hearing on earth as it is in heaven.
Right.
But they feel like they're living in hell and barely getting by.
Yep.
And so if we can just, I think, to do them justice.
Yep.
To really show them the kingdom work that we're doing.
Yeah.
I want to show them what took place at the conference.
Absolutely.
Can we talk about that?
Bro, are you kidding me?
So
let's get it.
Then we'll train them and reshift their minds.
Yeah, for sure.
But don't get it twisted. The word of God says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness and all these things. So I'm experiencing now all these things. And the people that we train within our speakers program are God-fearing, spirit-filled people, believers. Like, we train them, we show them how to seek ye first. And so last year at our conference, and Hector, y'all got to be there next year, bro. Like, y'all whole team got to be there, bro.
Okay.
Like, I'll make sure everybody got passes.
Okay.
Like, it's
for sure.
Stupid.
Okay.
So we got like 800 people in the building. Last year's conference. This is a conference for speakers, people who want to build out speaking platforms. Some of them are going to do men and women empowerment. Some of them are going to do corporate. Some of them are going to do churches, schools, faith-based, right? Like, they just want to speak.
And let me just say, let me speak to this, because I got to experience it firsthand.
Okay.
The people, this is not like, I don't want you to think like this about to just be a bunch of corporate people in suit and ties. I saw teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
I saw teenagers that obviously their parents had to invest in them for them to be there, because ain't no 14-year-old with no bread like that, except the one that was he doing $250,000 of a year or something like that?
You talking about Caden?
Yes.
Yeah, bro. He just did $14,000 last month.
And how old is he?
14.
No, not a grand for every year of his age. That's just stupid.
Kid's 14 years old.
And dude, he's like the sweetest kid.
Yeah, he teaches financial literacy in elementary, middle schools. You know what I'm saying? And
It was so.
Yeah.
I just like I had to come home and not judge my kids. When I got home, I had to just be like, "Man, I love you."
right, that's it.
Just
stay there.
just-
Just.
There's
and my
no
love,
competition.
And my love is enough.
Hey, my love is enough. I don't need you to go make no money speaking.
Right.
But this dude
Yeah, bro.
is over here doing elementary and junior high
Yeah.
as a 13 and a 14-year-old kid. That was, so it's not just, because a lot of people think like a speaker's training or a speaker's bureau, they think you must be trying to do Kraft macaroni and cheese and,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
it is,
trying to
it
speak
is-
to Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it is literally.
You go where your burden goes.
That's it.
You equip people. I say we because I feel so a part of it, but
Absolutely.
we're equipping people to go speak to the thing they have a burden for,
Right.
in a way that's going to actually get them attention,
Right.
So they're not just speaking into a vacuum,
Right.
Yeah,
So we're at the conference. It's a 3-day event. My opening message, God was just like, because everybody's looking at me as like their coach and their mentor, the GOAT. Oh, he's actually here. They super excited. Had the whole intro video.
yeah,
I'm like, miss me with all that.
yeah. That's what
All
you-
that
yeah.
stuff. Like, I'm gonna
I
give you the
remember.
marketing, the branding, the website. I'm gonna give you all the angle, the
Yep.
audience. Like, I'm gonna give you all of that.
Yep.
But like, let me tell you what really catapulted my ministry of speaking.
Yeah.
October 17th, 2009, I went down in the watery grave.
Yeah.
I gave my life to Christ.
Yeah.
I turned from my wicked ways.
That's what you said.
I started rocking with God.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah.
And start serving in my local church and community. And so as I'm sharing all these people, God was like, tell the whole story.
Yeah, for sure.
God was like, your organization is too anointed to just be on marketing and branding and story and contracts. And this is how you get engagements.
Yeah.
This is how you position yourself.
Right.
He's like, but you need to have the Holy Ghost.
Right.
Christine Kane says, you can have people that are motivation and inspiring. That'll make them feel good. But those with the anointing can break strongholds.
That's right.
So I had to let folks know, like, I got baptized.
Yeah.
Surprise
Yeah.
story, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And
yeah.
they all know,
Yeah.
like, I'm a man of faith.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I literally said, like, that's what I did, and I gave an invitation.
Hey, but you went, okay, so here's the thing I got to understand about Jeremy. Jeremy don't say nothing soft. And I don't mean that like you're in a mean way.
Right.
You say everything with passion. You know what I'm saying? And there's 800 people there that want to make money speaking. Like, that's their motivation, right?
Right.
That's why they're there. And in the first session on day one, you come out with this testimony, and then you do an altar call.
Right.
And I'm sitting there like, oh, this nigga tricked everybody. This nigga sat here and tricked everybody. I'm dead meat. And did it with a straight face.
Yeah. That's funny.
These people signed up. They invest. It's an investment. They put their investment up. And yo, I was sitting there like they all got tricked.
I was just being obedient to God.
And you did an altar call.
Yeah.
But not only did you do an altar call, you were like, you need to be baptized. And you were like, if you want to get baptized tomorrow morning at, what was it, 6 a.m.?
I think so. Did we have the pictures of the people coming for the I know we got the video, right?
I've got the video. I can
Yeah.
pop up some photos though.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Well, we could just show the video in just a second. But yeah,
Oh, we got a video? Oh, you're good. Y'all look good.
I just wanted to just kind of show the people.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want them to experience. I want them to. They say the OG dweller said, "Gotcha." but seriously though, in my mindset, as I stood before them, God said, "This is your tribe.
Yeah.
These are your people.
Yep.
This is not some corporate gig like IBM.
Yep.
Like, tell the whole story.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell them what Jehovah Jireh did. Like,
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
them how
yeah,
he
yeah,
jumped
yeah.
up on that cross. Like,
Yeah.
tell them how, because there's people in the audience that feel like I'm too dirty. I made too many mistakes. I can't be on Jeremy's level. You should go past me. Like,
Right, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
so that's my life's work. It is not to be the best professional speaker, minister, preacher, speaker, motivator.
Yep.
It is to train up the next generation of those to use their voice.
That's exactly right.
And so I was just like, if y'all want to follow what I did,
Yeah.
I can give you everything.
Yeah.
But if I give you everything, I got to tell you about what Jesus did for me.
Okay, so you mentioned something that burns in my chest passionately, and that is, and this is why I rock with you so hard, because I'm a survivor of sexual abuse, and it doesn't matter what type of abuse
Right.
has happened to a person,
Right.
it robs you of your voice,
Right.
and it's the most difficult
Come on,
thing
bro.
to get back.
Come on, bro.
When you lose your voice, it's the most difficult thing to get back. When you hear stories from survivors, on average, and I'm just going off my own story and the stories of all the people that I've walked with that have experienced that type of abusive trauma. On average, it's between 20 to 30 years before they get their voice back. It's no cap, bro.
Wow. Straight up.
When a person loses their voice, especially as a child, it's usually between 20 to 30 years before they get their voice back. If I want to split the difference, I could say it's between 15 and 30
Right,
years.
right.
So I want you to imagine being robbed of your voice and then having to live through life without the strongest part of your voice.
Come on.
Because it was snatched away from you. So if you don't do the work, you don't get your voice back.
Right.
But some people, even if they get their voice back, they don't get it back above a whisper.
And that's good because some of them will they do the work and they kind of get their voice back, but until they use their voice.
That's what I'm saying.
That's when the full freedom comes.
That's exactly
it's
right.
Like, okay, now I took back my power.
Right, exactly.
I got the counseling, I got the therapy.
Right.
I'm not broken like I was
Right.
no more. But there's another level of strength when you come out and say, okay, this is where I was, this is where I am now.
That's right.
And what the enemy used to break me down,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? God is now used to. So when they say like the enemy, God will make your enemy your footstool,
Yep.
I look at the footstool like all the painful stuff we had to go through,
Yep.
and I'm going to stand on that. And that's what built their platform.
That's right.
So
Absolutely
we have
correct.
people in our community that's like, oh my God, you changed my life. It's not just financially, monetarily.
Right.
They're like, bro, you gave me my voice back.
That's exactly right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
exactly
So-
right. And help people to you taught people how to use it
Yes.
so that they would be empowered.
Come on.
Because a lot of people get their voice back and they're destructive with it because it's like, I was hurt, I want to hurt other people.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I can just.
So roll that beautiful being footage. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's show them kind of what took place.
I want to see this.
Show them what took place
Even though I was there, I still want to see it.
at the conference. And you know, Tim and all the other ministers, because we got a whole bunch of pastors and ordained ministers that's in the community, and they helped us facilitate the baptism. And man, we were blessed to baptize that next morning, 6 a.m. In the hotel pool. We turned it into a baptismal pool. And
It's crazy.
Tim, you have
Yeah.
the video for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
over 100 people
I'm
got
gonna drop it
baptized.
here.
Yo, that's beautiful.
And this is the third year in a row it's happened. So what's happening now? Now people in the community are saying, I'm bringing my husband next year to be baptized.
Yes, sir.
I'm bringing my mom next year to be baptized. So
Yes,
the
sir.
community is like naturally, you know what I'm saying? The community is like naturally like, oh, this is what's happening. So I'm gonna have so and so be. It's just different. So I wanted to set the tone to say, we're doing God's work.
For sure.
So it's like, yeah, these folks are making 6 and 7 figures a year speaking
Yep.
and changing lives, but
Yep.
have also given their lives to Christ.
That's right.
And Tim, for me, I want to tell you how I got on this path. So I was really beefing with God in my local church in Alabama. Big church, right across the street from a huge apartment complex, a bunch of communities. And I was fresh out the water. I was maybe in ministry for like a year, serving my local church. And I was an elder now, ordained elder, and they were just like, Jeremy, you're over the youth and young adults. Like, they got me active right away. And they was like, go out in the community. And this is what I want everybody. This is the heart This is the heart of what Tim and I are talking about today. This is the heart of it. So hear my heart here, because I'm about to share some stuff that's going to blow your mind, but I want you to hear our heart. They said, go out in the community. We're going to bless them. We're God's people. We're going to take care of them, find out what they need. So young mothers are like, I need diapers, I need food, and I need counseling, and I need therapy, and I need transportation support. And this, literally got like 40 young people, college students, high school students, and young adults in their 20s, 30s. We out in the community, bro. We come back with a long list of things that the community needs. We got their names, their numbers, the apartment buildings, like what they need, a list of, and the church says, oh, we didn't know y'all was going to do it like that. Like, we can't, we don't have anything for them. It's not in the budget.
What?
And bro, in my spirit. So now I'm feeling dumb. Like, bro, I went and
right.
Because I was on I wasn't even on, the church is going to take care of you.
Yeah.
I was like, man, we are God's people.
Right.
God sent us
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
God told us to take. What do you need?
Yeah.
I wasn't even like, here's a pamphlet, come to church.
Right.
If you decide to come, cool. If not, we're going to show you the love of Jesus. This is what God told us. I got to go back to them. So my heart was hardened. And I remember leaving that board meeting, cussing them elders out under my breath, pissed.
Right, for
pissed,
sure.
bro.
Yeah.
Why send me?
Right, exactly.
Why send me?
Yeah,
Did you think I wasn't going to do the work of God?
Right,
Bro, I've
absolutely.
been out of these streets, bro.
Right.
Like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something.
Right.
So I was frustrated. And I remember wrestling with God, and I said, man, God, your church is broke. Your church is broke, God. And he said, my church ain't broke, son. You broke.
Oh.
He said, you the church.
Wow.
Okay, so the building might not have the budget, but neither do you, Negro.
Ooh. Okay. Lord Jesus.
And so at that moment, I was just like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, you broke. You mad that the church don't have the funds. Well, guess who feed the church?
Right.
Now, at that time, I was paying 20% tithe and offering.
Okay.
And then when me and my wife quit our jobs to do this work full-time in ministry, we started paying 30% tithe and offering.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. God was just like, I'm going to make sure you ain't serving mammon. Let me
Right. Exactly. I'm about to
30%.
cut this down.
Yeah.
I'm about to cut that down.
And so at that moment,
that's
I
funny.
realized I am not in God's will. If I'm tired of being that person when somebody comes to me with something, I say, I want to pray for you. I want to start praying prayers like, okay, God, how big of a check should I write?
Yeah.
Should I write the next 6 months for her rent? Or
Right.
should I just write 2 months?
Right.
Not pray that you be a blessing. I'm
Right.
supposed to be the blessing. Does
Right,
that make
for sure.
sense?
It makes perfect sense, bro.
And so I didn't realize how to do that.
Yep.
I just knew God wants more from me.
Yep.
So hear me, saints, beloved, B-siders. In my spirit,
Yep.
I was just like, there was an innate desire for more. And I didn't know where it was going to come from, but I was like, I need to have resources.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm coming across too many homeless. I should be blessing people. I should be taking care of single moms. I should be looking after the widows. Like, that's what I should be doing, right? Like, I done put together prison programs. I done donated hundreds of books. Like, I've done so much, like, God work.
Yeah.
But I was like, but it takes resources.
Yeah, absolutely.
So at the same time, I'd be being a loving husband and father and minister of the gospel / motivational preacher, I'm still chasing paper.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's what funds ministry.
Right, absolutely.
That's how our foundation feeds 1,000 young children in South Africa. Go to nllsouthafrica.org.
Yep.
We're feeding 1,000 young children every week in South Africa.
Yeah.
Since 2020, we've put 60 kids through college.
Yeah.
Through the resources
Yeah, for sure.
of speaking.
That's right. Absolutely.
So I'm realizing, like, over these 15 years, it's like, man, God has given me a voice.
Yep.
He's given me a story.
Yep.
I'm going to share it.
Yep.
But now I cracked the code
Yep.
on how to put it together
Yep.
to get compensated for it.
Yep.
So now more resources come to me and it can flow to his people.
That's good, bro.
I'm on some Robin Hood stuff, bro. So that's just the basis, and we can take it from there.
Well, this is why this is so important. When you can generate income from the thing that you're passionate with, you can build your own arena.
For sure.
You don't have to get put on nowhere.
For sure.
You can just build it yourself.
For sure.
You don't have to wait for somebody else to endorse.
For sure.
You can do it yourself. I start doing comedy again, right? So 25 years. It's not like I ran from it, but it was clear that God wanted me to preach, right? But now in this season, I'm like, I'm supposed to make people laugh and think so they can think to laugh. And so because God's blessed me with resources, because I've stewarded those resources a certain way, this house is paid off. Our car notes are almost paid off. And like, once that's done,
That's a different level of freedom, bro.
there's a different level of freedom, right? And
You
so
just living at this point.
yeah, I went back to open mics, right? Starting at in the end of September. I started going back to open mics again.
Right.
In 2 weeks, I got 25 minutes of time. Because that's all these clubs are giving comics that they don't know. And I was like, I don't have to do that. I'm going to rent a place. Why? Because I have the means to. I'm going to rent a place out. I'm going to charge a nominal fee for people to get in.
Yep.
And then we going to lab. And if they want to be a part of it, they can be a part of it. Bro, I could build my own arena. So in 2 Fridays, remember, 2 weeks got me 25 minutes to do comedy. I built my own arena because I had the financial means to do so. I already got 300. I always say 300. I already got 3 hours and 50 minutes of stand-up time because I just built my own
Because
arena.
you built your own arena.
I don't need nobody else to put me on. I don't need improv to say I'm funny.
Right.
I don't need hyenas to say I'm funny.
Right.
I already have an audience.
Come on.
Let me just go directly to them.
Come on.
So that's the power that we give people when they're in charge of their own story. When they start becoming financially independent and then they can choose, you know what? I want to do this.
Come on.
Not, God, would you open a door for somebody to let me on their platform so I can do what you call me to do? No, we just get to start doing it ourselves.
Straight up.
And that's the goal.
Straight up.
Yeah, that's the goal.
It's different.
Yeah, man.
So what I really hear you saying is like God wants to like empower us.
Facts.
He's just like, I'm gonna give you the power.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember T.D. Jakes said something brilliant. He was like, people out here asking God for tables, and chairs.
Yeah.
He was like, God don't do that.
Give you
God
wood.
gave you trees.
That's right. He'll give you wood.
You chop the trees down.
That's right.
You carve it to size. You
That's
sand
right.
it down. You put the polyurethane. You know how to
That's
making
right.
tables and stuff.
You been making tables?
Yeah, you know that dining room table in our house?
You made
big
that?
long one? Yeah.
Oh, Juliet would be so happy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's all Juliet do.
I'm a carpenter in heart.
That's Jew. That's all she got
Really?
in. Bro, that's the that's the only thing she doing there. She makes charcuterie boards. She made chairs. She makes chairs. She flip pianos. That's all she do, bro. I didn't know y'all had that.
Bro, yes.
So you Jesus' brother. Because I call
Yes.
Juliet Jesus' sister. Because she on that carpenter tip.
Yes.
I didn't know y'all was
Yes.
okay, y'all brother and sister.
I be
then.
making tables and desks and so yeah, next time you come, when
That's
you really
crazy,
see
bro.
it, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro. So that's when I started mentioning all the polyurethane and everything else. I was like, I'm going back in my bag.
Yeah, for sure. But I know about it through her.
Yeah,
Bro. Yeah, she be on all that epoxy.
Yeah.
She does all that stuff. Yeah, for sure.
That's rich.
That's crazy.
So you know, God wants us to be able to use that.
That's right.
And so what we've been able to do over the last 4 years now through our program, the Next Level Speakers Academy, and I'm sure most of your dwellers might be familiar with E.T.
Yeah, for sure.
E.T.,
Eric
the hip-hop
Thomas.
preacher, Dr. Eric Thomas.
Yep.
So, you know, he joined with us. He's a pastor in Michigan, one of the biggest motivational speakers in the world. Like, this brother can charge $200,000 for a speech, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah, staggering.
But they want him.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
He can show up in his own authentic self.
Yeah, them bulls,
Hoodie.
shorts.
He gonna wear those Chicago Bull basketball shorts and some J's.
That made me snort. That's hilarious. That's exactly how he get down, bro. He be looking like he just did a
For
pickup
sure.
game at the
For
Rutgers.
sure. Bro, I literally saw him in
That's
Dubai.
funny. Yep.
I saw him in Dubai speaking, and I was just like, I wonder if he's gonna wear some jeans and some J. Bro, my man was up there, hoodie, basketball shorts, like this who I am. But that's what they want.
That's what they want,
And
bro.
so we
They
show
want
people
him.
how to walk in their authentic
Yeah.
gift, and their
Yeah.
calling,
Yep.
share their message, and bring transformation.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to somebody one time, Tim, this crazy, man. One of my friends, he's on the West Coast. He's a youth minister. He called me probably 8 years ago. And he was like, Jeremy, I know you're doing such great work in schools with young people. He was like, does it burn your heart that you can't proclaim the name of Jesus Christ? And I was just like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because they're not booking me to evangelize.
Yeah.
they've got kids who are cutting themselves
Yeah.
and kids who are depressed. And
Yeah.
6th graders having sex, like they
Yeah.
struggling.
Yeah,
like
for
they
sure.
don't know if they want to be a boy or a girl.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they looking up really dark stuff. Like
Yeah, they are.
They brought me in to help love on them and let them know they got purpose and value, not
Yeah.
to evangelize them.
Right.
And so he was just like, but you're supposed to be. I'm like, I am a light.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't have to say. You know what I'm saying? Like break down I'm living it. His spirit
That's
is in
right.
me. His
Yeah.
word says they worship me with their mouths, but
Right.
their hearts are far from me.
That's right.
So I was like, I don't have to proclaim his name. His spirit is with me.
That's right.
That's why I can go and speak for a corporate company.
Yeah.
I recently had a 57-year-old white man roll up on me afterwards in tears. Big dude. Big dude, country. Gave me the biggest hug, about squeezed the life out of me. And he was just like, I'm going to be a better husband because of you.
Wow.
He was just like, I've got to change my ways. My wife deserves better.
Yep.
I had another guy come to me, says, man, I've been a star at work, but I suck at home. Like they just, so I'm seeing how God is using me.
Yeah.
So I've got people coming up to me saying, hey, how can I find a local church?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, now how?
Right,
From my presentation.
Right.
You equate that to,
Yeah.
you need to get with a local church.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But they realize I'm a man of faith.
That's right.
And they're like, that's what sets Jeremy apart different. See what I'm saying?
That's exactly right.
I want the dwellers, shout out to everybody on the B side. I just want them all to know, like, God will use you where you are.
That's right.
To set the captives, to bless the people, set them free.
That's right.
But at the same time, you just really being you.
Yeah, for sure.
And he can use that.
He can use that,
and
man.
we've helped so many people do that.
Yeah.
And when we do the 3-day event, like we're gonna show them like what it looks like from start to finish and take them through this journey, bro.
Yo, I was in I had to go to South Carolina. John Gray he celebrated 30 years of ministry.
Okay.
So I went down there to celebrate with him and honor him.
Dope.
And I was in the airport, and within probably 35 minutes, I had a guy walk up to me who lives in Louisiana, and Caucasian guy, and just came to say, man, thank you. I listened to your content, and you really helped me. I'm a pastor down in Louisiana, and came up here to speak for one of my friends, whatever. But I really appreciate what you do. And then about 35 minutes later, this African-American girl wrote me a note, and I read the note, and she was like, hey, I didn't want to disturb you because we just waiting to get on the plane. But keep being you. I appreciate what you do. And you don't realize how being your authentic self reaches more people than if you were to try to be whatever version of you think people will accept. More people will love you if you're just you. Like E.T. had he ain't gonna put on no suit and tie. It's not happening. For me, it was a different pivot because it was like I had to stop code switching from church to just, this is how I talk at the house. You know what I mean? And it ain't gotta be my podcast ain't gotta sound like I'm sermonizing.
Right.
It ain't gotta sound like I'm exegeting the text.
Right.
This is how I've always talked.
Right.
The same dude that get up there and preach that message that you like, this is how this nigga talks at the house. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like by being just that person, all these people will just embrace you and be like, yo, I love that. Even if they're like, I would never talk like that. That ain't the issue.
Right.
It's like I receive you as your authentic self.
Right.
And now I get to bring my authentic self. And that's the beauty of finding your voice as well.
Right.
This is how I really sound.
Right.
You have one person, there's one person in the Next Level Academy that's like New Orleans hood. I can't remember her name, but she is like New Orleans hood.
Okay.
And it works for her.
Right.
Like, I don't know if she was like a school teacher. My memory ain't the best right now, but it like when she got up and gave her presentation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
She would like, she had the most like, that's New Orleans. Like
Sure.
she had that baby. Like it was like, That's who she
That's who she
is.
is.
Trying to like be anything other than that, that's not what's going to get her booked. That's not why people are going to want to hear her speak. They want New Orleans.
Right.
And she got it, like
She got it.
authentically. She's not playing a character.
Right.
That's who she
That's
is.
who she is.
Yeah, that's
And
beautiful.
so now when people roll up, and so we show them.
That's right.
Like when people roll up and you get there, it's like, yo, you be your authentic self.
That's right.
Because they're gonna book you for that.
That's right.
And so I'm telling you, Tim, like God made it clear. So when I started, so I've been having people reach out to me since 2018.
Okay.
Ex-retired NFL players, Major League Baseball, NBA players, like, hey, bro, I follow you in ET. I follow you in Inky Johnson. Like, can you coach me? Can you mentor me? I see, like, can I pick your brain? You want to jump on the call? I just never had time. I'm like, bro, I'm getting to the bag.
Right.
I'm traveling, speaking. And
Right.
when I'm not speaking, I'm tapped in with my family.
For sure.
So I'm like really not interested. And so when the pandemic came and I wasn't traveling as much and all my stuff went virtual, I was just like, you know what? Maybe I could start mentoring people. You know what I'm saying? I hit the 10-year mark, and that was big for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there are folks out here that might create a course or something. It's like, okay, you've been successful in a year, and that's okay.
Right.
You could teach some folks,
Right.
But when you got 10 years,
Longevity.
you've been through a recession, you've been through a pandemic,
Longevity.
like that hits different.
It does.
And so I was like, okay, we hit the 10-year mark, and after our first event, we had like maybe 60 people come out, and Holy Ghost dropped down on that place, and I was like, and God was like, bro, this is not just another speakers program. Like the Next Level Speakers Academy is going to be the #1, and it is now the #1 professional speaking program in the world, but it is going to be the most anointed one.
Yeah, for sure.
And your goal now, bro, when I tell you, and God know I'm not lying, Tim, out of 100% of my energy, I put maybe 7% into my personal speaking. The majority of my energy, efforts, and meetings, it is all our community and building up speakers.
Yeah, for sure.
God was like, bro, your gigs are going to come. Like, you put your focus on your community, your tribe.
Yeah.
Because it's like the domino effect. It's like multiplying effect. Jesus came.
Right, for sure.
He had his 12.
Yeah.
Then he had the 3, the Peter, James, and John. He kept close.
Yeah.
Then he had the 12.
Yeah.
On the day of Pentecost, 3,000. And it just blew up from there.
Yeah, for sure.
And so God was just like, you've got your 12. You've got your 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you're building out.
Yeah.
And so the goal now is like, it's like discipleship, bro.
Yeah.
I get an email literally every single week from somebody that's like, nigga, you think you slick. This is like really discipleship. You know what I'm saying? They be like,
I'm telling you, bro.
and I'm like, I guess, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't fooling me.
But they love it. Yeah,
they
but
do.
they
Of
love
course.
it. They love
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
And it does 3 things. It helps them to have their voice. They're able to speak and be a blessing to people, but it also helps them get compensated.
That's right.
And I think that's the thing that gets me the most excited because most people, now I'm going to be honest, Tim, half the people in our community were already speaking, but they were kind of speaking for free. Or they might get 500 here or there, and they were happy.
Right.
They were
for
happy.
Sure.
Pure hearts.
Yeah, pure
I'm like, I
hearts.
like people like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Folks that want to sign up because they only saw, whoa, my man did $15,000 in 1 month. He did 6 figures a year. Like, he just got $5,000 for an hour speech. I could do that. It's like, okay, but you don't even care about people.
Yeah, exactly.
So half the folks have been speaking. They just didn't know how to make a business out of it.
Right, for
so
sure.
they come to us and we show you how to structure it and package it.
Yeah.
Now you can charge
Yeah.
and get compensated for it.
That's right.
And so that's what I love. It's like I want to make sure you have your heart right first.
Right, for sure.
Because God been said, this game, this wisdom, this insight that you have, don't you dare give that to the average person who is not, in a sense, worthy of it, if
Right.
that makes sense.
It makes perfect
Because there are
sense.
some folks that's only about the bag.
Right.
And they could care less. They can
Right.
give a damn about somebody else.
Right, for
and
sure.
Saving lives. I'm like,
Absolutely.
okay, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So, bro,
But you don't even attract those type of people though.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I lead with Christ.
Yeah, for
You know what I'm
sure, for
saying?
sure.
And because I'm a man of faith.
That's
and
right.
It comes out on
Those
everything.
people,
I'm praying
those
on
people
calls.
fall off.
Right.
Yeah, quick.
Right.
Yeah, they fall off.
Right. And so to see now, bro, the impact that we're making, I think probably one of my biggest testimonies, Holy Ghost flex, was a Muslim woman in London.
I remember you telling me this. No, this is crazy, bro.
Listen, y'all.
This story here.
We were just on tour. We did a tour. We did a mastermind in Atlanta. Then we went to Toronto and did a conference there.
and this was your first time going international, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
For that.
For
yes.
that.
For
yeah,
that.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
speaking thing.
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I'm saying. Not
So we
like
went-
you
yeah,
personally,
So
but for the
yes.
speaking. Yeah.
So we did Toronto. Then next weekend we went to London.
Can we go slower?
Okay.
Because I wanna highlight that. I'm gonna look right in the camera because I don't know who I'm talking to. I want to highlight that you've been called by God. You know you're supposed to speak, and you may feel disappointed because you're like, I don't have no engagements. Nobody's calling me. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to be. I don't have my voice yet, whatever. Okay, we can help with some of that. But I want you to also consider that your audience might not be where you currently are now.
Listen.
I want you to consider that the blessing that God has promised you is not in the place that you currently reside. And that it's going to take a faith move for you to find your audience and find the blessing that he promised you. I'm born and raised California, West Coast. Somebody was asking me when I went through TSA yesterday, where you going home to? TSA agent asked me, where you going home to? I said, back to Dallas. He said, oh, you probably a Cowboys fan. I said, never in my life. I said, I'm Raiders till I die. He said, oh, okay, I can respect that. I can respect that. There's nothing about me that's not Cali. There's nothing about me that's not LA. But all my blessings was in Texas.
Come on.
All my blessings were in Dallas. And if I didn't have enough faith and give myself permission to leave what was familiar to go to the unfamiliar, I would never be in the position that I'm in now. And so I'm saying that for you going to Toronto, for taking the Speakers Bureau, it's not just for America.
Right.
So when you took it to Toronto, you got new stories and new people. When you went to London, you got new stories and new people.
Right.
I just needed people to understand that you've expanded your territory.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And watch this, Tim.
To say that. Yeah.
So I'm about to mess. You know what I'm about to share.
Yeah, I do.
I'm about to mess y'all up with this.
Yeah.
Because sometimes as Christians and believers, it's multiple things. It's like, okay, one thing you feel like, okay, well, if you're a Christian and you're a speaker, you should only speak to Christians. Well, boo-boo, we supposed to be light. So if I took my flashlight and I went outside and it's sunny, you ain't really going to see the light.
Not at all.
But if I go and take my flashlight in a dark alley at midnight, it's going to shine bright. So there are some folks that need to realize, like, yes, you can be a speaker, but not just speak at churches. Like there are other places that need your message. Then you got to know that there are going to be, because God is so good and because you cannot contain the power of the Holy Ghost, there are going to be people that's not even Christian that will connect with you in your message.
That's right.
And y'all have been doing it here on your platform.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm in London. I get done speaking. I step back. I meet this lady. Her friend is like, oh my God, you got to meet somebody, Jeremy. Trust me, it's worth it. I'm thinking like, how'd y'all even like get up here? Y'all ain't supposed to be like,
right.
I meet this woman named Kalila, Muslim woman, and fully covered. Her face is free, right?
Yep.
And so she's just like, Jeremy, I've watched all your videos. I've been following your stuff for years. She was like, you gave me my voice back to become a speaker. She ended up she got divorced from her husband. Her husband left her and her kids. She's got 4 beautiful young kids. She was just like, they were on the brink of like struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, where we going to live? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And she was like, you've given me my voice back to now be a speaker. And she's like, now I'm a 6-figure speaker, taking care of my family independently. But look at this. She said, and I've trained and coached 10,000 Muslim women.
Yes, sir. That's what she said.
Bro, I'm sitting here looking at
That's what that woman said.
Hector, I'm looking at her like, I'm like, what? She's like, I've now not just become a successful speaker myself. I have trained and mentored over 10,000 Muslim women to become speakers and help them get their voice back.
That's right.
And, you know, in certain cultures, you know, like,
absolutely,
that can be dangerous work.
She could die.
It's people that really would rather her just sit down and shut up somewhere.
Right. Yeah, she could get stoned.
And so I'm just letting y'all know, you have no clue.
That's right.
You have no clue what God can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did not know. Here's the thing, Tim. I did not know this woman existed.
Yeah, for sure.
So it makes me wonder, out of 15 years of doing this work, hundreds and hundreds of videos, thousands of stages, it makes me wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have no clue.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to live a life, bro, that bears fruit, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And together we have been helping others live lives that are bearing fruit through speaking.
Yep.
because that's something that you have. You have a message, you have a story. It's only a testimony if you testify.
That's right.
And so I am just excited, man, to see what we built, bro. It's special.
Hey, I want as many. First of all, who's rocking with this? That's what I want to know.
That'd be
especially
good.
especially since we on the live.
Yaya D said, "My God."
I think isn't there a rock emoji? Yeah, there is a rock emoji. If you rocking with this, I need the rock emoji in the chat right now.
Tina Cole 84 said, "We may never know." No, that's real.
Y'all go ahead and put them rock emojis.
Yeah, put that rock there.
If you rocking with it, I need the rock emoji.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I typed rock and didn't hit the emoji, and so it just says rock. So dumb. Yeah. Yep. The rocks is out. Huh? The rocks are crying out.
The rocks are
That's
crying
the churchiest
out.
thing I could say right now. The rocks are crying out.
Yo, it don't get no churchier than that.
That's the churchiest
Yeah.
thing I could say right now.
Yeah.
Is that the rocks are crying out.
So yeah, man. So I'm excited. You know, we're gonna have that thing in a week or so. But I'm excited to see people to bear fruit multiple ways. It's one thing to speak and change someone's life.
Yep.
But then to get compensated for it, I can't explain it's like, man.
No, it's
just like,
I know.
really? Like,
no, I get it.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
It's like I've got off stages and I'm talking about sweating, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Physically sweating, spiritually, like Holy Ghost just showed out. I'm feeling so like the fulfillment in my spirit.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, man, I feel fulfilled.
Yeah,
right now.
absolutely.
And then it's just like you look up and it's just like, I just got $40,000 for this.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just like, man, thank you, Lord.
Yeah,
But I
absolutely.
would have did it for free.
So you took the words out of my mouth. I think the thing that I love most about being compensated as a speaker is y'all are paying me to do something that I would do for free.
That part.
And I learned the business side of it. And so I get to do what I would. It's just like a person that plays basketball. You know what I mean? It's no different than a person that loves being a librarian, or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or
They was gonna do it anyway.
that I was gonna do it anyway. The fact that you paying me to come to
That
work.
part. And I think that's why a lot of people in our community are so mind blown.
Yeah.
Because some of them is like, I've been speaking for 2 years. I've been speaking for 12 years.
Yeah.
And they're like, I've been doing it for free. Or I would get excited if I got like $1,000 for it. And
Yeah.
now I'm getting 8,000.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't
for
really
sure.
know how to feel.
Yeah.
I've literally had people, bro, Dr. Nikisha Hammond,
Yeah,
such a beautiful soul, woman of God. You know that she's generating so much revenue speaking. This gonna sound weird, but you're gonna receive it.
yeah,
She said that she had to hire a therapist. Now she's a client, she's a doctor, she's a therapist.
Yeah.
She had to hire someone just to help her even understand how to not manage the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just like, it's flowing. And
Yeah.
so she's like, I've never seen this much money.
Yep.
And then so now there's imposter syndrome.
Right, for sure.
And now
I don't
there's
deserve this.
Yeah, it's like survivor's remorse. It's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm in a position financially now that other people are not in.
right.
Yeah,
And
for
so
sure.
I'm just like, well, you get the help you need.
That's
and
right.
then you keep getting to the bag.
That's right,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And you still bless and speak for free here or there and give back.
Yeah.
But don't feel bad about getting compensated.
Yeah, for
because now
sure.
you're able to change lives.
Yeah.
And you're able to bless other people.
Yeah, I think that's worth talking about, Jeremy, because especially for people that, and this has been a tension that nonprofits and the church people have had to hold for a long time. It's like the gospel is free and nobody should be charging anything, and if you really love Jesus, then you wouldn't be trying to make money off the gospel and you trying to profit and And it's like, no, there's a business side to speaking.
Right.
Right? We're not talking about proclaiming the gospel.
Right.
That it's priceless.
That's different, right?
Right? Like there's no valuation you can put on that. And the gospel is free. But what's weird to me, here's what's crazy to me. I've never understood, because I'm a literalist, and I watch stuff, right? So I be looking at I remember when I first started speaking in my 20s, and I saw a church that, let's say, had 800 people in the church, right? Got a nice building. The AC works. The lights are on. They had enough money for musicians and band, and the pastor's driving a nice car, and they got multiple employees at this church, and they advertise for the event. The graphics package looked good, and I'm not the only speaker they invited. They invited other speakers, and then they have the nerve to say, "We only had $2,000 for the budget," and I'm like, all of your marketing towards this tells me otherwise.
Right.
The truth is, you don't value what my asking price was. And I'd rather you just be honest and say that. Because I know what you're paying this band. And I know what you're paying that speaker.
Right.
You don't know that I know that person.
Right.
And you don't know that person is my friend.
Right.
So you're trying to lowball me.
Right.
When the truth of the matter is, you don't value what I bring and what I value myself at. And I'd rather you just to say that than to say that's not in our budget.
Right.
Because you've had a year.
Right.
Like, I even know how to save money for something I want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After I pay my lights and pay my mortgage and
I'm gonna put some
my
aside.
tithe, and when I really want something, I just keep putting this to the side, so I can pay for it cash, because I'm not about to be indebted to nobody. You know what I'm saying? And so I'd rather you just say that than to make up a lie when I can see through it. Now, I also know when I go to a certain place where they have scraped together to be like, we want to honor you. We really wanted you so bad. We wanted you to be here. And then the Holy Spirit whisper, you ain't taking that. Don't even take it. Leave that on the table. You just here to bless somebody.
Facts.
Why? Because the last 5 engagements valued me and gave me what I'm worth.
Come on.
That's how that works.
Come on.
I can be a blessing,
Come on.
but not if I let everybody rob me.
Come on. Come on.
And me being a man of faith does not mean I come with a 70% discount over my head.
Every time.
That's not happening.
Right.
No.
Yeah, no.
Not happening.
And I, you know what I tell people? I tell folks, I remember when I was first speaking in schools, and schools would see my value enough to let me speak, but they wasn't paying me. And I remember after like 5, I remember one school brought me in like 3 or 4 times, and they wanted to bring me like a 4th or 5th time, and they were like, "But we don't have a budget, but the kids just love you." And I remember thinking like, God, are they taking advantage? Are they trying to take advantage of me?
At this point, yes.
You know
5
what I'm saying?
times?
Yeah, and you know what? And you know what God said? God said, for them they could be, but because you with me, it's not possible for them to take advantage of you. Now they're thinking we're gonna see if we can get by, and Jeremy will just come. But I'm thinking I'm gonna send him and bless him on the back end.
That's right.
And so I began to see miracles and huge opportunities and things I wasn't even looking for that come out of nowhere. And God was like, remember those 6 or 7 gigs you did for free? Well, I'm going to bless you with 2 big ones over here that's going to balance. Like, God, man, God be knowing, bro.
He does know.
There is even a science and a framework that I'll be teaching over that 3-day virtual summit we're going to have, where I'm going to show people like, okay, for those of you all that are speaking for events and you speak for free, like, this is what you do. Like, there's a science to all of it, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I tell you about Atia Johnson?
Please.
Bro, Atia Johnson does hair for a living. She does hair. She's got a salon. She does hair. The woman of God joined one of my trainings and was just like, you know what? When I'm doing hair, I'm ministering to these women. She realized, like, I'm making them.
She literally got a captive audience.
Bruh. So, yeah, right. They can't go nowhere.
I got you by the head, girl. You ain't going nowhere.
Bruh. And so she just said, she was like, I find, like, when we talking, we ain't like on no Wendy Williams gossiping. Like, I'm pouring into them. And so she was just like, you think, like, God could use me. I'm like, that's why you here.
Yeah.
Bro, do you know that she got with us? She now has a program in schools with young girls and shows them how to find their beauty within.
Wow.
So during the daytime, she does hair on the outside.
Wow.
And bro, she just got a $75,000 contract for one local school. Then she got an $85,000 contract. Then I got on the phone with her and I said, don't you settle. Because this all extra money she don't need. I said, don't you settle. She was just like, but coach, it's not about the money. I said, again, watch this, Tim. I'm about to mess somebody up. You just got a $75,000 contract and you got an $85,000 contract doing a part-time program. That
Right.
means you're speaking like 4 times a week
Yeah.
at one particular school, blessing these young girls.
Yeah.
So that's 75, what's that, $160,000,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I'm like, but don't settle. She was just like, but coach, it's the money. I had to free her.
Yeah, for sure.
I said, see, you still on the money. You didn't get into this for the money in the first place.
Right, for sure.
I said, would you have done that program without the money? Yes. But it took me some time to retrain her brain.
Right, for
Because
sure.
I was like, you would have still did the program.
Right, absolutely correct.
But it's almost like she felt like greedy by receiving it.
Right.
But I said, sis,
No, I'm taking that.
you would have did it anyway.
That's exactly right.
So don't block your blessing.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I said, your problem is you not thinking about that school for girls that you're going to build in Uganda. Bro, she broke down. I said, that's your problem.
Yeah.
You still on Chicago.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
still on, I live in the Chi-Town.
Right,
and
right,
I
right.
do hair and I speak here or there. But you're not even thinking the global work that guy.
Right.
You feel me, bro? So
Yeah,
some
for
of the
sure.
folks, I be having to check them
Yeah.
respectfully.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, Queen,
Yeah.
you thinking like, okay, 160 grand, that's too much in the program. You still got a lifetime of doing this. You
Yeah.
got to build out a team now. I'm like, you need to be thinking about a young girl, a school that you're going to build in Uganda
That's
somewhere.
right. That's
You know what I'm
exactly
saying? Like Indonesia, like
Yeah.
it's work to be done.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
I'm helping them think globally.
Yeah,
I'm
for
helping
sure.
them think bigger now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now folks in our community is like, okay, well now I'm gonna build a nonprofit,
Right.
and now you got an organization. Now you can take care of widows
That's
and
right.
homeless in your local
That's
community.
exactly right.
And as opposed to paying Uncle Sam $150,000, you could put that into your foundation and fund ministries.
That's right. That's exactly
Bro, I'm
right.
on some Robin Hood, bro.
Yeah,
stuff.
bro.
I will
Absolutely.
take top dollar from a company
Absolutely.
and then go and feed some people. I don't need much,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, nah, that's a beautiful thing about becoming debt free is you gonna give me 20 grand to come speak.
First off, y'all should if y'all ain't debt free, y'all should already be like, how do I? You know what I'm saying?
For
Like,
sure, for sure. That should be the
Yeah.
goal because here's the thing, right? Is if I go out when I go out and get 20 G's to speak,
Right.
If 14 has to go to cover my lifestyle, I'm netting 6.
Right.
And then I'm like, what can I do with the with this 6, right? Which it ain't really 20 because it's 18 off the rip.
Off the rip.
And then if it's 14, then you got
That's
4
in
left,
Texas,
right?
Depending on where, it could be even more off the rip.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I'm talking about my tithe even before the other
you
stuff.
wouldn't talk-
You
talk
know what I'm saying?
taxes, yes.
So I didn't even talk about the taxes, but if it only costs 5 G's to run a whole house
Right.
because we on a budget
Right.
and we're debt free,
Right.
and so it's only 5 G's.
Right.
That means I got when
up.
this money comes through, I'm like,
Yep.
I can. Oh God, what you want me to do? Who you want me to do it for? How you
Right.
want me to do it?
Come on.
Oh, you want me to just
Come on.
bless them? You want me to just fly them in
Facts.
for a weekend and
Facts.
for nothing?
Facts.
Like they don't have to do nothing. Okay, cool. Like that's the freedom. That's how I look at everything that comes in. It's like, oh, I get to bless some people now.
Straight up.
Because you've already supplied all of my needs according to
Straight
your
up.
riches and glory. And now I get to turn around and be the blessing, which I always prayed to be.
Yep. Come on.
The reason why I think people that have prayed to be the blessing would really benefit from going through this 3-day.
Yes.
This 3-day challenge.
Yes.
If you've ever prayed to be the blessing, instead of like asking for the blessing, you want to be the blessing, you are prime candidate to do this 3-day because it will literally give you
Changes
the
everything.
it will give you the financial freedom to do so. Yeah.
And it's
No,
and
beautiful.
it's gonna shift. It's gonna shift their mindsets because we can only give them so much in a couple hours. But the
For sure.
reality is, like there are biblical truths that we should be living by.
Mm-hmm.
But I realize like man, I've been in lack for most of my Christian walk.
Yeah.
And when I realized, like, man, God, I went through all this pain, all this hell, all this suffering.
Yeah.
But his word says that all things work together for the good.
Yeah.
You just not putting the pain to work.
Yeah, for sure.
You done went through all this pain, but his word says all things work together for the good, but they're not putting the pain to work.
That's good.
And so it's like you went through this pain, you went through this hell.
Yeah.
Get with us, get with somebody, start
Right.
speaking, share your message.
Yep.
It's going to set the captives free. It's going to bless some other people. It's going to encourage them. God going to be glorified. You're going to be compensated. And now you can do more good out here in the world. Why are you blessing people and changing lives?
That's right.
It's the most beautiful thing.
It is, man.
And so I'm helping people in our community realize you're not supposed to be in lack.
Yeah.
Like God don't want you just barely getting by, and your message can be a way.
Yeah.
Your message, your story can be a way that can shift people's lives.
Yeah, for sure.
And can also shift your life forever.
Yeah.
So now when people come to me in the community, they in tears at the conference, like, you changed my life. I get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm like, no, but you changed your life.
That's right.
Because you joined the training, you joined the program,
You
made
went
the
through it.
investment.
You did it.
You actually put the work in.
That's right.
I was obedient to create the platform, to create the training, and to give it to you.
Right.
But you were obedient to pull out your card, you sowed the seed, you got the training, you went through it, and you applied it,
Yep.
and now you're winning.
Yeah, that's great, bro.
And now you're winning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now on earth as it is in heaven.
That's right.
Like now you've got the resources. Now you can live the life you want to live.
Yeah, that's great.
Like, bro, we are breaking. People talk about generational curses, like, and that's real, but it's like, are you real? Like, what are you really doing, though?
Right.
See, now I feel myself getting pissed. Let me calm down because I'm in a good mood, but I'm feeling passionate.
Yeah,
but it's just like, bro,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
are you really breaking generational curses, though?
Right.
Like, there are people, bro. I'm seeing guys that come on stage. I'm seeing people come on stage with their whole families,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
holding their babies. And
Yeah.
I'm looking at them like, what type of world is this young child gonna grow up in?
That's right.
When their daddy makes $10,000 every time he speaks and grabs a microphone.
That's right.
I'm looking at this child like, your dad is 26 years old.
Right.
Your mom is 34 years
Yeah,
old.
absolutely.
And you're 6.
Yeah.
Like the opportunities you're gonna
That's
have,
right.
the life
Absolutely.
that you can live,
That's right.
the trips you can take,
That's
the
right.
missions you can fund.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at
Yeah.
this like,
The world that they get to explore.
bro, we're
Yeah.
doing something different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I tell people all the time, like, your kids deserve it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's so much good that we can put out here in the world and we can do in the world. But folks got to really believe.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, go get it.
Yeah, for sure.
So when we do these trainings and we have these different programs, like sometimes I'll be getting frustrated, bro, because people be like, I'm not really sure. Let me tell you what pissed me off the other day. And I am really proud of how I handled it. I was doing a training.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going in for 2 hours and it was free.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a free training I do maybe twice a month.
Mm-hmm.
If you're interested in speaking, I'm going to coach you up and give you all this game for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the 2 hours, we went from 2 to 4. At 4 o'clock, I was like, actually, I went to like 4:15.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that concludes the training. If y'all had to pay for it, what would you say this training was worth?
Mm-hmm.
People spend $1,500, $2,000, easily $850, $5,000, priceless, $100,000. They were like, this is what I would have paid for.
Right.
So I was like, okay, great. I said, hey, this concludes the training. You guys can log off. If any of you all are interested in learning more about how I can be your coach, how I can be your mentor, somebody comments, oh, here comes the offer. I thought you loved the Lord. Bro, I was like, come back, Holy Ghost, because I felt the Holy Ghost get ready to ascend from me, bro. I was like, come back.
You was about to leave him. He wasn't leaving you.
There we go. I was about to be like, get out of here.
Right,
go in there real quick. Holy Ghost.
Right. Exactly.
Bro, my man said, oh, here it comes. I can smell the offer coming. I thought he was all about God. And I addressed it. And I typically don't, but I feel like God was addressing it. It was a rather smooth address.
I want to hear it.
So
and then I'm gonna tell you what I would have said.
I said, hey, my man. I said, respectfully. I said, shame on you. I said, I would be doing you a disservice if I had something that can change your life, but I didn't share it with you for whatever reason. That would be weird. That would be a disservice. I said, I poured my heart out. I've been sweating. I blew my armpits out for 2 hours and 15 minutes for free.
Yeah.
And then told you bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're interested,
stay. Yeah.
I said, you're not going to make me feel bad about doing what God told me to do. God called me to build this platform. God called me to train people. You would want me to keep this that could set you and your family free and set other people free. I said, shame on you, beloved. I did hit him with the beloved.
You hit him with the beloved.
I hit him with the beloved.
That was kind.
But I had to check him. I was just like, bro,
kind.
I was just like, I get it, but I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's negativity. And what you don't realize is if you're not interested, you can sign off. But just because I want to offer you a training or a program or something, that don't make me not love God no less.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense. And so I had to address it, but I do understand where he was coming from.
Yeah.
Because there are people that feel like, what if you're doing like God's work? I guess they feel like everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like should be free or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just weird, bro. But then they go and they say give, and then shall be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. But
They don't know nothing about that.
So
Yeah.
I had to address that, but I share that because for those that are listening, where there could be some
Yo, the gifts on Discord are the best. They are gold.
Taking me out, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But when I see, that's a very, very, very small group of people.
Yep.
But I was also empathetic because I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I know what my man might be struggling with.
Yeah.
He might not have he ain't really seen nobody like me, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
He ain't never came to a Christian conference.
Yeah.
I mean, he ain't never came to a conference for professional speakers and then see my man on the opening session give an altar call and over 100 people give their lives to Christ and then get baptized the next morning.
Yeah, for sure.
He ain't never seen nothing like that.
Yep.
So in his brain, he's having a hard time. Like, how can this man help people make hundreds of thousands of dollars per year speaking part-time and still love the Lord? Like, he's having a hard time seeing it.
Yeah, he can't reconcile it.
Right.
Can I just talk like plain though?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously everything I'm gonna say is still grounded in Jesus,
Right.
but I just want to talk a little plainer.
Come on.
Niggas are lazy.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to. I'm sorry, niggas is lazy, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like that type of response. I'm not because I'm not just late. I'm not just focusing on this dude because there's guys and girls like that have that mentality, right? That type of attitude and that type of mentality is why they never grow.
For sure.
Like the last 7 years, I've been in process group therapy. Now, I've been in some form of therapy or counseling for 26 years. But the last 7, I got exposed to process group therapy. It took my mental health to another level. I paid $3,000 for a 5-day intensive. At that 5-day intensive, they said, we have a year version of what this 5-day version was. This 5-day version is basically the microwave. And then the year version is
the crock pot.
It's the crock pot, right? It's the oven, right? We said we gonna set you to 450, and over the course of a year, it's 1 month. It's 1 day out of every month for 8 hours. So where this was 5 days from 9 to 5 every day, bro, I cried myself to sleep every night at 9 p.m. It like Ultimate Leadership. Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend, like it was an amazing experience. That was an investment of $3,000. Then I came back and found, okay, so what's the investment for the year thing? It was $10,000. Okay. Some of this stuff is 20, 30, 40 grand.
Right.
But you don't grow to those levels if you don't put in that investment.
Right.
So, now, what's crazy to me is that he would write that like, there you go.
Right.
Trying to get this money. But you'll get on the universityoffphoenix.com to go get your bachelor's and hand $37,000 to these niggas for a bachelor's degree.
So educationaldata.com says that the average person in America for a 4-year college degree pays $160,000. And the average salary in America, if they get hired, is $54,000.
E. coli virus.
If they get hired. So imagine spending $160,000 after 4 years of studying and testing books and everything else. We're never gonna talk about the interest and how that 160 can turn to 300. We're never gonna talk about that. But and we're never gonna talk about just because you have a degree, you might not. That don't mean you're gonna get a job. You only make $54,000. But we live in a different world, in a different society. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. his comment and his statement, it did hurt my feelings. I'm gonna be honest, right? And I think that's why I responded that way and was like, bro, shame on you.
Yeah.
Because you don't know my heart, and my heart and my intentions are pure.
Yeah.
I literally gave you 2 hours and 15 minutes. I blew your mind. I gave people's like, I got 8-9 pages of training of notes. I'm like, okay, now go run with it.
Right.
If you're interested, stay. If not, you can conclude and leave.
Right.
And 95% of the people stay because they're like, nah, bro, if you gave me all this for free, I know you have more.
Yeah.
But it hurt me. You
Yeah.
know why? It's because I sat on the sideline for a year and didn't want to launch the program. You know why I didn't want to coach speakers? Because I knew I would have to charge something.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I didn't even feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I've been, the church, the saints have, I'm still dealing with trauma from the saints, bro. You know what I'm saying? And their judgment. You feel me? Like I'm still low key. I'm still dealing with.
You and me both.
I like your head, dog. I'm still dealing with trauma.
Yeah.
From church folks.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And not feeling like I'm good enough or not feeling like I'm going to own up to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that baptized 100 people last year, you know, and the year before that, and the year before that, like it don't matter the fruit that we're bearing and the foundations that kids we're feeding and people we're putting in school and how we have a weekly Bible study within the community. Like, but when I see a statement like bro, for a year I was like, I want to launch the program, but what are people going to say?
Yeah.
When I make the offer, now they make me feel dirty. And God was just like, bro, there are going to be some people that's just spiritually slow.
Yeah.
There are going to be some people that's going to be broke the rest of their life. There are going to be some people that's like pessimistic. Like you can't worry about them.
Right.
If you have something that can bless them,
Yeah.
if you have something that can change your life,
Yeah.
don't you dare feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Because there's folks out here that don't give a damn about them.
Right, for
and
sure.
they're going to package something. So you let them know, hey, I'm here too.
Yeah.
And I have an option.
Yeah.
And this is a safe space to sow a seed.
Yeah.
And I got 1,000 people that you can send DMs and messages to see how I've changed their life.
That's great, bro.
But it did hurt my feelings.
No, I appreciate you saying that. And I need to say something to my team. I've been thinking about this for a couple of days, and you making that statement is bringing it back up for me personally. I'm gonna need some help from y'all, because I am that whole misunderstood thing is I am now bringing that on myself because I won't stop like trying to engage with people. Like, because I love them so much, right? And so I want to engage with them, and I want to see if we're being effective. And then ultimately, we are. Overwhelmingly, we are. But then the one person that misunderstands, I'm like, where do you live? So I can just come and help you understand. I want to take the 7-mile walk to Emmaus. I want to get on the road of Emmaus with you, and starting from Genesis, tell you all the things. So I need a detox. I'm just saying it out loud because if I try to keep it to myself, I won't do good. I need a detox. Obviously, y'all post and do the captions and stuff, but I just can't be in there right now. As much I love them, and I can't be in there because the only thing I can see right now, and that's my own thing, is my own work that I got to do. But I be wanting to backhand the people that, you know what I'm saying? And that's not good for my soul. So I'm good. Thank you for being honest about that, because that's where I'm at on mine as well. I love Threads, but even on Threads, I just need to say my comment, and I don't need to go back to see what nobody said. I just need to post and move on.
And keep it moving,
And keep it moving. Okay, go ahead.
Do you want a weekly report? We'll send you screenshots of the worst comments known to mankind.
No, I would. We don't need to Jimmy Kimmel and do the mean tweets. And is that Kimmel who does the mean tweets? Yeah. So like, I just realized, because I'm an empath, my heart gravitates. I be trying to help people, and I can't help them.
And you know what? It's because your intentions are pure, and you put so much energy and work into it.
Yeah, on the front end.
And then it's like you're also being vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's like I'm letting y'all niggas into my home, like literally.
Hey, it's like you drive past Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, niggas in there selling chicken sandwiches. I see what they doing.
And it's fried.
I see what they over there doing. Putting those delicious pickles on that damn spicy chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
With that soft bun. Y'all in there trying to make money. What? Aren't you coming from work or going to work?
Aren't you hungry? aren't you hungry? You sitting here making this statement. Here's the crazy thing. When that brother said what he said, I'm like, don't you want to be a six-figure speaker?
No. Here's what my thought was. You just on this call with me for 2 hours and 15 minutes,
dog.
And then got the nerve to say
And didn't
this.
pay nothing?
So you want to, but here's the thing. All the statistics tell us that somebody that doesn't invest will not take the stuff seriously.
Right.
Now, I'll take free game where I can get it, right? They always have the, every time, have you seen these little scenarios where they're like, well, do you want $5 million or do you want dinner with Warren Buffett? Do you want $5 million or do you want dinner with Jay-Z? Right? Do you want $5 million or do you want dinner with Oprah? I want $5 million, nigga.
For sure.
The first person I'm hiring is a wealth management person.
And then I'm going to pay $20,000 to Oprah's right-hand man to give me some game and show me how to flip it. For sure. Yeah, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So like I don't know, bro. We have similar backgrounds growing up.
But you know what I hear God challenging you and I is let me just put it on me. And if you want to pick it up, you can pick it up too.
Okay.
But God is just like, son, I need to be stronger. God is just like, for me, he's just like, bro, you should have seen that comment and expected it. God is really like, Negro, shame on you for having 300 people on this training. And one person says, oh, here it comes. I knew he was going to sell us something. I thought he loved the Lord. You expected that. You should have looked at that and kept it moving. Yeah. You know, and he might not have been displeased with how because when I told that brother, I said, beloved, bro, do better, bro.
Yeah.
I said that energy was uncalled for. So I actually took maybe 2 minutes to address it. Hector, remind me, I'm gonna have Deani send me that clip. I think that'd be a good post on social media. Like, did I handle this the wrong way?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I do want to do that, but I guess what I'm saying is God is just like, bro, you were blessing so many people.
Yeah.
Like, just focus on that. And because our hearts, can I tell you about Brad, bro? Because our hearts and our intentions, as wicked as we are.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to say that.
Yeah.
But, like, bro, like, we really doing good work.
Yeah.
Bro, I baptized Brad in Cancun. Is that the ocean or the sea? That's the ocean, right?
Yeah, that is the ocean. But before you even continue on that, this might be me being hypersensitive.
Okay.
And again, that's what I'm thinking I have to protect my heart from, because I am an optimistic person.
Right.
I am a realistic optimist. I believe in the good news of Jesus Christ. I believe in bad news for believers. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, you got to pick up your cross, die daily, the whole nine. But I'm not cynical and I'm not pessimistic, right? Mm-hmm. So even when you say, like, hey, even though we're wicked, we just got a culture right now that even if you acknowledge your own wickedness, somebody plays into it even more. Like, yeah, you know, they corrupt underneath all that. You know, they doing something. They're doing something unholy. You know, they ain't godly. They're doing something wrong. And you got people that are hate watchers now, and that's like I just got to protect my heart from those people.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, but please.
But so
about,
let me be clear. So, you know, I guess for me, but see, I have to see the comments so I can engage with the people.
Yeah.
But what you're doing to protect your peace, saying, hey, I don't want to see those.
Yeah.
Bro, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't even do that. So let me be clear. If I post a video, because some of my videos on marriage, man, half the fellas that comment, are you a simp? You a sucker?
I get
so
that.
I see that stuff. So let me be clear.
Yeah, for sure.
God was just like, in that moment, bro, out of 400 people, you shouldn't have been surprised.
It's true. It's true. And I agree with that. I agree with that too. I agree with that too. Yeah.
Yeah. But when I see the holistic work that we're doing, which is why I'm really proud of the work we're doing, bro. Baptized Brad in Cancun. I think it was 2021, 2022 when he first joined. Mm-hmm. His first year speaking full time. His wife was pregnant. Mm-hmm. He felt, because he knows how, like, you know, people in our community, like, they really be mirroring their life after me. And it's not a negative thing.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm just like, don't follow me, follow God. But they're like, yeah, but you be hitting some good things. You know what I'm saying? And so Pause. So he said,
That's so funny. You be hitting some good things. It's hilarious.
that's wild, bro. So he's like, so literally, he says, I'm not going to win the Diamond Award this year. Mm-hmm. I said, how come? He said, man, I only made 70 grand. I'm like, but bro, that's amazing. You'll win the Platinum Award. He was like, yeah, because I worked 6 months, I made $70,000, but God told me to take the next 6 months off and just stay home with my wife and newborn baby.
Wow.
He was like, God just told me to change diapers,
Wow.
like massage her, you know what I'm saying? Her ankles were swollen from the pregnancy.
Yeah, for sure.
He was like, man, just take care of your wife.
Yeah.
He was like, we don't need much, bro. Like our bills that's 70,000 gonna take care of us this year and the next.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you might, because a diamond speaker, people in our community that do a diamond are $100,000 to $249.
Yeah.
And then the people that do $250,000 to $499 are sapphire. And then the people that do $500,000 to $999,000 is pinnacle.
Yep.
So he's like, I'm not gonna win diamond. I'm only gonna do platinum. I said, you might not be a diamond speaker this year, but you a diamond husband.
Oh, I bet you are.
You a diamond father.
Yes, sir.
I said, bro, do you know how many people would have been just chasing the bag to hit that,
Right.
to be on stage with me to say, I'm a diamond, but your wife is feeling missed. Your wife is feeling overlooked.
Yeah.
Your wife is feeling stressed. I said, bro, you prioritize your family. I said, that's what I have respect for.
That's
and he was like,
fantastic.
that's why I did it, big bro. You know, this year he did diamond twice over.
His
I'm like, bro,
priorities
you,
for straight.
you honored your family.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
that's the type, these are the type of principles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that we instill in the people. It's like, we don't want you just to get the bag. We want you to keep it. We want you to secure it, but we
Yeah.
want to make sure you don't lose your family. We don't want to make sure you don't lose your heart. We
That's
don't want
right.
to make sure you don't lose your mind.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying, throughout the process, bro.
Yeah.
So when I say like we really are changing people's perspectives, their lives, and now they're changing lives.
Yeah.
Now they're hosting conferences and events. They're starting foundations. Now they saying, well, I want to sponsor kids and I want to start, you know what I'm saying, missions. And I'm just, but we bearing fruit.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what we should be doing
Yeah.
as Christians.
Absolutely.
We should be living lives that bear fruit.
Yeah, that's dope.
And it's one thing to bear fruit, and it's like, okay, I've helped people and I've spoken and I've shared my testimony and I've been a blessing to them.
Yeah.
But the business side, where you can bring in those resources, the greater good that you can do, like that's what hits different.
For sure.
That's what hits different.
Yeah.
So my thing is like every Christian that wants to be a speaker, I want to show you how to build wealth.
Yeah.
Period.
Period.
That's my mission.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're a believer,
Yeah.
and you have a message, you got a story that you want to share, whether it's women and men empowerment, whether it's you want to do a program in detention centers or prisons,
Right.
whether you want to speak in the corporate space, educational universities, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to show you how you can take your God-given gift, your message, your testimony,
Yeah.
and go out here and testify.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to show you how to do it with the Spirit of God,
Right.
and get compensated.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
you're supposed to be wealthy.
That's right.
You're supposed to be a lender and not a borrower.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the head and not the tail. You're supposed to be above and not beneath.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have resources.
Yeah.
His word says we're supposed to take care of widows.
Yeah.
We need resources for that.
That's right.
You're supposed to take care of orphans. We need resources for
That's
that.
right.
You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
people are out here struggling.
Yeah.
And if we are to be the hands and feet of Jesus,
Yeah.
like there is missions, there's
Yeah.
work that we should be doing.
Yeah,
so I
absolutely.
would charge organizations top dollar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I would take the majority of that and send it to South Africa
Yeah.
and send it to Kuwait and different countries to be a blessing to people.
Yeah.
Because that's what God has called me to do.
Hey, so like when we say orphans and widows, you know, I'm a literalist, and so when you think about the orphan, when you think about the widows, both of which we have the opportunity to take care of, I you know, for people to get it on another level, let me hit them with this. We got people out here that got godchildren that can't even afford
Come on, bro.
for nothing to happen to the parents.
Come on, dog. What are we talking
Like
about?
we doing it, it's cute, right? Like I'm the god father or the god
And you
mother.
can't even pull up for their birthday because you can't book a flight.
You couldn't help them if you wanted to. And God forbid something happened to their family and you the godparent that they actually need. You like, I
They need a deposit to get a car or to get an apartment.
can't help them.
You can't help them.
That's
They need $1,500 to
yeah,
get to school.
Yeah. You
can't help 'em.
You can't help them. I don't want.
That's too far.
I don't want to be
That's
that.
too far, Tim.
Yeah.
That's because orphans and widows is far off. Godchildren, nieces and nephews is far off. Let's go a little closer to home. Some of your wives deserve better. Some of your wives deserve better. Some of y'all's wives is like, I want to get my toes done, but they got to wait a month or so. You know what I'm saying? Like, your kids deserve better. You want to have your kids in certain programs. Some of your kids are supposed to be doing sports.
Your wife deserves to have reliable transportation with thread on the tires, Freon in the AC, and heat that works in the winter.
Nothing crazy. You ain't got to have an 8-part reclinable chair.
I didn't say it had to be a Bentley. I didn't say it had to be a Phantom Rolls Royce. I just
said have to do like this so it don't don't go left.
Her left bicep shouldn't be strong because you got her a car with frame damage from a salvage yard.
Yeah.
So when we say deserve better, we talking about basics.
Basics.
We ain't even talking about like
we talking about basics in the basement, y'all.
Yeah,
Listen,
we're not talking. If you 26 and your wife 25, nobody's expecting you to be able to afford a cruise.
Right.
But you can't afford 2 nights at the Embassy Suites and get room service?
Right.
Damn.
Yeah. Nah, that is so. You see why I said that's too far off? Like, let's be a little closer.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, because there are things that you want to do for you and your family.
Want to.
There are things you want to do for your parents.
Want
for
to.
your children. And,
want to.
You know what I'm saying? And you should be able to do those things. And here's the thing. It's like, if God is giving you that desire, I am offering to you that it could be speaking.
Could be.
That could pave their way. Tim, we got people that's like, well, I want to speak, but I don't really know how to put my message together. Well, that's why we host like these 3-day events that we're about to have. Or they might say, well, I want to be a speaker, but I'm not really sure like what audience. Well, that's why I'm not really sure how to position myself as a speaker. Well, that's why we have, this 3-day event. Or I'm not really sure how to get the contracts and the engagements. Well, that's why we have this 3-day event. And Nick, whenever you share it with the folks, Tim, she did give me a special link so that we can it's half off for your folks if they want to join.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Let's get it.
They just gotta put. I think I'm gonna say it now, and then we'll talk about it later.
Well, no, what is it?
I just don't want to forget. So I forgot.
I don't want to forget. I forgot.
Yeah, hold on. Let me put it up here.
Backslash
They
speakers.
texted to me earlier. I think it's like B-side.
It's B-side.
Is it B-sidespeakers.com?
And we got it linked ready with the code as well.
And so y'all got.
It's already up there.
Oh,
it's on LinkedIn, YouTube.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. And so
Okay.
for the folks that might be watching it later or listening, it's bsidespeakers.com. But the code is B-side, so you get half off.
Oh, got
You know
you.
what I'm
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so they can get the full VIP experience, the Q&A, the recording, and everything
Yep.
for half the price. It's like
Let's get it.
$100.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I see it. I see it. Okay, it's $100.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's $100 for general admission, $199 for VIP. For this is a 3-day conference.
Yep.
Virtually.
Yep, absolutely.
But for your B-side folks,
It's
they
half.
can put half, so they can get the full VIP experience for $99 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's just something special they're doing for you. Now, if they go to the regular
Then they got to pay the
website,
regular.
it's the regular price.
Okay.
So this is specifically for y'all.
All right. I'm 3 stacks right now. So let me. All right. Hey, ho.
And we went somewhere. I was really going to come on and testify of so many different people, but they'll hear from it there because
sure.
a lot of folks it's mindset.
This
There
is
are people
mindset, bro. This
there are
is what I
people
wanted to
listening and
cover,
watching,
bro.
And they're like, "Is it really possible for me?"
Yeah,
But then
bro.
they see what the Word of God said. That God is not a respecter of person.
That's right.
So it's like we recite these scriptures, but do we really believe?
Yeah,
it?
and this is yeah. Just a little love is all you need.
Come on, boy.
I don't know where that came from.
Lady T.
That jumped right out of my chest.
Yeah.
Just a little love is all I need.
Oh, you went. I thought you went higher. You went lower.
That's nowhere close to Jodeci.
I thought it's not the Michael Jackson one.
Hector Alejandro Guerrero. That's nowhere close to Jodeci.
That's a big 10-4.
Dang. That was a vibe killer.
I thought like the Jeffersons for a second. I was like,
well, we're moving on up to the east side. Hey, so so first of all, everybody that's been rocking with us, if this is resonating with you, first of all, it's an extravagant gift that you would even give it half off. Again, I believe in people making the investment. If you use that code B-side, it's going to be half off. That's just Jeremy I didn't ask for that. That's just him being super gracious. But if you have a burden to speak, if you're already a speaker and you need to take it to the next level, I'm telling you, my cheat codes, I don't just live a charmed life. There's been investments that I've made.
Facts.
My relationship with Chris Voss. Chris Voss is a former FBI lead negotiator. He wrote a book called Never Split the Difference. It's a New York Times bestseller. He speaks at all these corporations. I have a relationship with him and Derek Gaunt. That relationship cost me $6,000. I didn't go for the relationship. I went for the information. But I went for the information and God showed me favor. And Derek Gaunt was like, I've never asked any class we've ever done. I've never went up to a student and been like, man, I need to keep in touch with you. But I need to keep in touch with you.
Come on.
So I invested the $6,000 for a 2-day event. And then relationship was birthed out of that. Later that year, it was like a year and a half later, I get an email because I'm on the mailing list. Chris is doing a documentary and you have an opportunity to help fund it as an executive producer. It was $25,000. The Holy Spirit said, you need to invest. I was like, no. I tell the Holy Spirit no a lot.
I thought you were going to say yes.
No.
Okay.
I say no before I say yes.
Okay.
I'm like, no. I'm not out of my budget. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right,
I was
right,
lead
right.
pastoring at the time. We was giving hundreds of thousands of dollars away to other churches so they could.
Right.
But that wasn't coming out of my.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
That was
right,
coming
right.
out of the money we have set aside to bless other churches, missions. Holy Spirit said, you need to be an executive producer on it. That documentary is on Amazon Prime right now. When it comes on and when it goes off, it shows who is it directed by. It shows executive producers. My full name is on there. I wanted it. I wanted all the characters.
Straight
Timothy Charles Ross.
Come on.
Because I did that event, because I was an executive producer, I'm like, hey, Chris, I would love it if you came on the pod. He came on the pod. Now, I found out that he wants me to do his show. And that's him soliciting that directly. And, let me give you my cell phone number. I'm not saying this turns out for everybody.
Right.
But all this has happened because of investments I've made.
For sure.
It's not just like, the Lord just showing him favor and God's opening doors.
For sure.
No, I've invested at getting better. I'm already good at some stuff. I want to be great.
Come on. That part.
And the difference between goodness and greatness is the investment you put into it. The only reason why LeBron's in year 22 with a 30-point game
Come on, dog.
has nothing to do
His height.
with his height.
Right.
Because there's a whole lot of people that got his height.
my
They've already retired.
Right.
15 years in, 16 years in, but they scoring 11 points a game coming off the bench. They're a locker room presence.
Bro, it's folks his height that work in warehouses that couldn't dribble a ball to save their life.
Exactly. But when you put 1.5 million into your eating and your sleeping and your recovery, that's why you still scoring 30 a game. That's why you still doubling, triple doubling every game, because you're putting an investment back into yourself,
Right.
which allows you to stay up here.
Right.
So I'm telling everybody that's watching us live and everybody that's going to listen to this later, $199, I would have said pay it straight out. But with a B-side code, you're going to get it for $99?
Yeah.
You're going to get the VIP that's usually at $199 for $99? Make the investment. It's 3 days. If you don't want to go to the next level after that, that's on you. But you get to the opportunity to learn something that you don't already know. And please, this humility is what's going to get you to the next level. People that think they know it all, I'm already out here speaking. I already know it all. No, you don't. When I started doing comedy again, I went back to my comedy teacher, Dean.
Straight up.
I'm like, hey, bro, I need you to start giving me The same tools you gave me 25 years ago, I need to
Right.
knock this rust off. But then I got with 2 other peers. One of them that just rung that doorbell that's coming up. He's the one that's helped me with my sets. The last 2 Fridays that I've done comedy, he's the one that's helped me with my set. Like, man, you should put that in there and you should say it this way and you should come at it that way. And if you do it like that, I don't know if you're going to get the laughs you're going to get. And he's helping me think.
So even though you're doing it, you still surrounding yourself with people that can help you. I tell people in our community all the time, always grateful, but never settle.
That's exactly right,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? Like, so there are 3 types of people that join our trainings or our program. The person with a message and a story,
Yep.
and not really sure what to do. They've never spoken before.
Yep.
Then there are those, and that's probably a third of them.
Yep.
Then there's a third of them. They've been speaking, you know what I'm saying, kind of here or there, not really getting paid, but they're not nervous of getting in front of people. They just ain't nothing really hitting for them.
Right.
They just spoke maybe twice a month or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But then you got those that's like, no, I'm speaking. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm
out here.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, for sure.
We've got some people that join our program, they're already at 6 figures.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, we're going to show you how to do 6 figures a quarter.
Right.
And then by year 2
As
or 3,
opposed to
6
a
figures
year.
a month.
There we go.
Right.
There we go, bro.
And so it's always
Yeah,
always
there's
levels
another
to
level
it.
to go to.
But it's the humility.
Yes!
You know what I'm saying? When people feel like, well, I already got this, I already know this, you know what I'm saying? Or they're the lack of, or they're too humble and they're like, oh no, I shouldn't be doing this. Like, okay, that ain't God.
That ain't. Nah.
Now there are some of y'all, of course, watching this and you really you're not interested in
Yeah.
speaking. Like
Yeah.
that's not your ministry.
Yeah,
and
for
that's
sure.
cool.
That's not even what you do. It's all good.
But for those others, like, no, I got a message, I got a story. I'm supposed to be in schools or universities or corporations or churches or men and women empowerment, like sports teams. I'm supposed to put a program together in schools or prisons. Like, you already know that God has called you. Like, that's what this is.
Hey, I got to highlight Leah real quick. Leah just said, it's the way I wanted to do this in January and was scared. But we're getting this opportunity again.
Oh, wow.
Because that's when we did it. That's when we did it. We did it in January this year.
Wow.
That's when we first offered it to the community.
I love it.
But the fact that, hey, Leah, I love you so much. And I
yeah.
appreciate you being self-aware enough to know that the reason why you didn't do it is because you were scared.
Yeah, that's real.
But listen, this is, we make this stuff available because we want people to grow. And sometimes it's seasonal. There's been some stuff I shied away from because I was scared as well.
For sure.
And then you get to come back to it. When you're ready, you're ready.
And you know, you said something when you said it's seasonal. So we in the election season.
Yeah.
But we don't know what's about to happen. But let me say something, bro. Whether you voting for either one of the candidates,
Yeah.
let me be crystal clear.
Yeah.
How do I say this? I'd be damned
Okay.
if I am expecting the White House to take care of my house.
I bet you they not.
You hear me? Listen
That
to me.
bet you they not.
I'm gonna vote. You know what I'm saying? My wife gonna vote. She AKA like we gonna cast our vote. Like
Yeah.
we there. But let me just be crystal clear about something. I'm not expecting nobody else to take care of Jackson.
Yeah, for sure.
I ain't expecting nobody else to provide for Jewel.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
ain't expecting nobody else to take care of Tracy.
That's right.
And her heart and her
That-
nails and her hair.
Yeah.
And her eyebrows and eyelashes and massages and you know what I'm saying? And trips. Like that's my responsibility. And so for some of you,
That roll call was crazy,
oh,
bro.
for sure. And so for some of you, this is an opportunity now for you to take back power.
That's right.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right.
That I've been kind of following politics. So I'm like, that'd be kind of cool, but
Yeah.
that ain't gonna make or break what happens for my family.
Nah,
like
for
what
sure.
God got for me is for me,
Yeah.
and y'all have been saying what God has for me is for me. Man, you better go get it.
Right.
Ain't nobody
Absolutely.
gonna give it to you.
Absolutely.
This world don't give you what you deserve. This world gonna give you what you work for.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to go and take it.
Yeah.
You done went through too much hell,
Yeah.
too much pain,
Yeah.
too many challenges. You
Yeah.
done made the sacrifices. You done went through a lot, and you've overcome it.
Yeah.
Now stand on that stage and share your message
Yeah.
and share your story and set other people free and be a blessing to them and minister to them.
Yeah, for sure.
And while you doing that, we gonna show you how to get compensated for
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
To live the life you're supposed to live.
Yeah, for sure.
And now you double bearing fruit.
Yeah.
I'm bearing fruit. Like, I'm double berries, bro.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know what
yeah.
double berries is,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm bearing fruit when I speak. I'm bearing fruit when I speak. I'm blessing people, but then the resources I get
Double
is
berries.
double berries,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Double berries sounds like a new Captain Crunch cereal.
It does, bro.
Captain Crunch now with double berries.
Now with double berries.
But we double bearing. Like, listen, bro. Let me say this,
Double
bro.
bearing.
So I'm class of technically I'm class of 93 because that's
Okay.
my graduating class, but I
Right,
graduated
right.
from an alternative school.
Okay.
So I graduated in 94. So I guess I was in the workforce and could vote by the 96 election.
Okay.
Right? So I've come through Clinton, 8 years, Bush 8 years, Obama 8 years, Trump for 4, Biden for 4, and then whoever gonna be here next, right? And I got money through all of them terms,
Right.
donkey or elephant.
Right.
I'm not even voting this year.
Okay.
Screw them niggas.
Straight up.
And y'all can be mad. And it ain't even got nothing to do with Kamala or Trump. Somebody made the mistake of putting a commercial out that said, you know, who you vote for is private, but if you don't vote, it's public record. So, and it sounded like a threat. And I'm like,
Right.
nigga, who gonna check to see if I voted?
Right,
And then
right,
if
right,
they
right.
do, who gonna come tell me?
Who gonna check me? Right.
And then has everybody in high school has every student in high school ever voted for the class president?
Right.
It's 332 million niggas in this world. Y'all vote. And whoever win, y'all voted or didn't vote.
But you're not sitting back waiting for them to come and save your family.
I bet you I'm gonna get the same bread.
Right, for sure.
Huh?
For sure.
I'm gonna get paid, and
For sure.
we gonna pay our employees, and God's gonna bless us, and the whole nine, and it's gonna be good.
All that. And
Absolutely.
the timing of it, it's jumping off the week after
Oh,
the election.
that-
so,
bro.
So the timing is just like, okay, so we know who's there.
That's right.
What you gonna do
now?
by
What
your
you gonna do?
house?
Now, let me just insert this real quick. This ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about right now. But I'm doing a comedy show this Friday, and I'm doing a comedy show next Friday because I get to do one right before the election, and I get to do one right after, just to help people calibrate whatever the heck's going on. Because you know everybody gonna lose their mind, and so, but I'm not gonna lose my mind. Yeah. So anyway, that's that.
Yeah.
I need everybody. The links are already in there, right? The links are already in YouTube. The links are already, and then we'll have it on.
For B-side.
It's on B-side, but then afterwards it'll live on our. We already got the links in the description. Hey, everybody that's called to speak, we just 3 days. 3 days. The investment's $100. If you use the code B-side,
Yep.
the investment's $100 for 3 days.
And you get the recording, so you
And you get the record. Yeah, you can watch it
you can
whenever
have
you
that.
want.
Yeah.
If you don't watch it live,
you
get
want to watch it live, but you can go back and revisit.
Yeah, you can go back and revisit it. And like, man, this is we trying to help people be up on game. Were you about to say something?
Yeah, we got people that are blessing people, dwellers that are paying for people to go.
What?
Oh, I love
Marquita,
it.
Don't do that. Are you serious?
3 people
Oh, yeah.
on Discord. Just right up there.
I see Marquita.
Marquita.
Who are the 3 people that want to attend the November sessions, but the $99 is just not feasible because God just told me to pay for y'all? Marquita!
Yeah, that's different.
Hey, yo.
Dweller bump in effect.
Hey, yo. I'm not Marquita. I'm matching that. I'm matching that. If there's 3 people that want to go and can't go, I will cover their $99.
So email the basement.
So I need, and the only way to make it fair is the first 3 people that do it.
Yep.
And you'll cover somebody? All right, Mike.
Now I'll sponsor 3 people like that.
Now Jeremy over here like,
You
oh
know what
my
I'm saying?
God.
That's good, man. That's rich.
All right. Yeah, get with Hector. So okay, so that's 3 from me, 1 from you, 1 from you.
So we got 8.
Did you say 2? 1 for you.
Total of 8.
So that's 5. Okay, so we got 8.
Yep.
So the first 8, and then just look at the time of the
Yep.
tell them to put in the subject line.
Sponsor. Like that.
Yeah, sponsor would be great. Sponsor me. Put in the subject line, sponsor me. The first 8 people, and we're gonna just go by the timestamp of when the email came in. So this feels like talk show radio now.
Right. But I also want
The
to
99th caller that calls in is gonna go see Jodeci at the Staples Center.
But I also want to say this is for those who like really don't have it.
Yeah,
whose hearts are burning right now.
Yeah.
And you are so sad because you don't have it.
Yeah, not
This
like
isn't
somebody
for
that's
that
like,
wants
ooh,
to save $100.
Yeah, exactly.
I just wanna throw
Don't
that
be
out there.
don't be cheap. Don't be cheap. Like don't be sitting on 100 talking about, oh, I'll just let y'all pay since y'all being generous today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, this is for somebody that's like, this is the difference between me going from good to great and I just don't have it. And I yeah, those 8 people. And some of y'all already ain't listening because I didn't say sponsor me in the live chat.
Already in the email.
And in the YouTube, they're like everybody is like not listening at all.
You ain't getting
Look
it.
at your people. Your people
Yours don't count. I love y'all though. Yeah, Jamaica Thomas, email y'all, not in the chat. She put it in all caps.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, y'all got to email.
Yeah, it's gonna be rich. Let me give you the date. It's actually exactly 2 weeks from today.
Okay, cool.
November 11th through 13th.
Yep.
November 11th through 13th. Virtually 3-day event. Me, Tim, Dr. Eric Thomas.
Yes, sir.
Jessica Lundy.
Yes, sir. I love Jess.
Man, listen to me. We got a whole lineup of speakers and presenters and trainers that's gonna. These 3 days are gonna be a game changer. For
It
them.
is, bro.
And we're gonna.
It
show
was in
y'all-
January for all the
Oh,
people
for
that
sure.
signed
Boy,
up.
we blessed them. Bro, we blessed them, and I'm excited, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the goal now is to help, this next generation of speakers to like really find their message, share their message. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Change lives, build revenue, build wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like really get out here.
Yeah,
and
for
so
sure.
These 3 days is gonna be the perfect way to end it.
Absolutely.
And for those listening again, what's the link that we have for you?
B-side speakers.
B-sidespeakers.com.
BsideSpeakers.com.
And just put
And then the code is B-side.
Just like that.
Code B-side, but it's B-side speakers. They have a link.
Okay, BsideSpeakers.com, and then the code is B-side.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me say this before we sign off. We got 3 minutes left. Again, I see the glass half full, right? So somebody might be saying, "Man, the speaking pool or the speaking circuit. There's so many speakers out here. There's somebody already in the place that I want to be. Who's gonna want to hear from me when this person's out here and this person out here, this person out here?" Hey, man, let
me give them stats
hit me.
before you share that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I get that all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
So, man, praise God. So there are 132,000 schools in America. Not even counting internationally.
Yep.
Just in our little country.
Yep.
Because we're not the biggest country.
Right.
132,000 schools. There was not another speaker in the educational space during my 10-year run that was more dominant than me. And I barely spoke in 3% of the schools.
Dang.
So for anybody that's like, you know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Like
Yeah.
it's 132,000 schools in America. There are 1.7 million corporations in America alone
Wow.
that need multiple speakers and trainers.
That's right.
There are over 400,000 conferences
Yeah.
that take place in America alone every year
Wow.
that need multiple speakers.
Yeah, for sure.
There are over 30,000 colleges and universities globally. There aren't enough speakers. I just want to get some stats.
No, I
'Cause there are
appreciate
people
it.
that's like, it's a lot of people speaking. It's like, it's not enough, which is why I don't even take 5% of the requests that come in for me personally. It's enough for everybody.
Yeah, there
you better
is.
go get what God got for you. Stop playing.
And I only had one stat. There's 332 million people in this country. There's an audience for you.
Facts.
Somebody will listen to you.
Facts. And they say over more than 90% of people are afraid of public speaking.
That's
anyway.
exactly right.
So 90% of them is just waiting for somebody to come and talk to them.
Somebody, they need motivation because they can't do it themselves. So all that to say, y'all ain't out here by yourself. This may be the pivot that takes you from good to great. This may be the pivot that takes you from just enough to more than enough.
Come on.
This may be the pivot that takes you from existing to living and from living to thriving. Wherever you may be, just expect yourself to grow. If you're already doing something good, expect yourself to go to greatness. If you've been average, mediocre, expect to go to good. Like all boats are going to rise over these 3 days. Everybody's going to get blessed. You're going to have the tools that you need, and you're going to have an opportunity to take that even to a deeper level. But it starts with this 3-day challenge, and I have done my best. Like I want to do 2 or 3 times a year with you.
Oh, yeah.
To help people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Buy into this, but that's that.
Oh, it's gonna be rich, bro.
Yeah,
This
I
is
love
like
it.
this is like our 7th thing we've done together.
Yeah, for sure.
From live,
Yeah,
in-person
absolutely.
events,
Yeah.
conferences, events.
Yeah. And God blesses it every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, but this is the 2nd time we've done something virtually like this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be great.
It's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope.
What a way to end the year, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
excited.
We ending the year strong for sure. Hey, y'all. I love y'all. That's it. That's all we wanted to chop it up with you today. And until next time, peace.
Peace.
Please don't push me.
Please don't push me, but y'all push B. Now we got dwellers from Cali to Flatbush B. Now they got heat on their feet that say press B. And now we so deep in the street, y'all can't stress me. Can't curse me, then bless me. I'm crucifying my flesh, that's less me. SAT from preaching, can't test me. Atheists are now believing, that bless me. Yeah, we got the basement replacing any of those worldly pursuits that y'all chasing, any of those trials and tests that y'all facing, any of the relationships that y'all changing. We rearranging, making the shame shift, giving Satan back what's his. That's the blame shift. Rise up and walk commands. That's the lame shift. Cheat codes for living this life. That's the game shift. All on Yeshua, man. The rest is manure, man. I'm dying daily, so I rise up a purer man. Pressing B daily, so my sins looking fewer, man. Washing the blood, so my sins down the sewer, man. Yeah, so press B with me, and let's let whatever gon' be just be. Yeah, so press B with me, and let's let whatever gon' be just be.